In other news, today, Blue Origin's New Shepard mission NS-31 launched from West Texas past the Kármán line, which is 62 miles above Earth. The ship, crewed by 6 women, was above that line for just about 4 minutes, where crew members, including singer Katy Perry and CBS journalist Gayle King, got to float weightlessly and look out over Earth. So let's bring space to us Earthlings. To learn more about hurtling yourself into orbit, I caught up with Nebraskan astronaut and the state advocate for STEM innovation, Clayton Anderson, at the Strategic Air Command Museum. So what's it like to launch into space, Clay?
Launching into space is loud. It's very vibrational. It's very movement oriented. You have a lot of communication going on inside your headset. Mostly it's feel, right? It's sense. It's that shaking and rattling and rolling as you go up higher. But 2 minutes into a shuttle flight, the solid rocket motors fall away, and now it becomes much smoother.
While I'm sure the process might feel like eternity, Anderson says it's only about 8.5 minutes. What? It took me 30 minutes to drive from our studio to Ashland.
You didn't have enough thrust.
I'll have to talk to my boss about that. Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
Once you achieve orbit, everything shuts down. The engines shut down, all the thrust goes away. And you're resident in an orbit about the Earth that your velocity keeps you up there, and now you're weightless. So when I first got to orbit, I was still in my spacesuit. The first thing I did was take my helmet off and let go of it, and it floated right in front of my face. That was pretty cool. But eventually I floated up to the flight deck and looked out the overhead windows at the Earth, and it was breathtaking, right? It was the brightest, most beautiful, colorful thing I'd ever seen.
Just like the ascent, descent isn't a physical cakewalk either, Anderson says.
It's not like getting on an aircraft carrier or an airplane and just landing smoothly on the runway, right? We've all been in those airplane trips with a bumpy, turbulent drop to the runway landing, right? It's not a pleasant experience for some. Triple that, quadruple that, right? There's no telling what it's like, but if I see a crew coming back and the parachutes come out and their spacecraft is shaking and rocking until the parachutes stabilize it and then it hits the ocean that has swells of 2 to 3 to 4 feet, my body's telling me I might need a little plastic bag.
I definitely would need that little plastic bag. But I wanted to know more than just about the logistics of reaching orbit. Blue Origin, a private space company owned by billionaire Jeff Bezos and other billionaires, are working to turn space from a purely scientific venture to a more commercial one for everyday people like us. Anderson tells me he wants space to be for everyone, but hopes it isn't something that is just reserved for the ultra wealthy.
It's important for me because as a small town kid, I want every kid in Nebraska to experience the same thing I did. I want every American to have the opportunity to experience what I did such that they can have a better perspective on the rest of the world. That's important to me. We have people that can't even afford a bus ticket, right? Or to buy a car and put gas in it to drive around their state. Until we have those kind of things settled and understood, we have to be very careful to say space is for everyone. We want it to be, but it's not yet there.